people give you feedback that is less than positive, keep that. Keep those people in your mind, and I want you to put them in the stands. Like, you got two stands, like you're at a football game and you got like the team that's for you and the team that's against you. And some of those people that are against you, they're going to use terms like, I'm telling you this because I care. I'm worried about you. I just don't want you to get your hopes up. Hater alert. No, I'm going to get my hopes up because you know what? If you're my friend, you're going to stand behind me and you're going to love me. And if I have a bad day, you're still going to be there for me. And if I have a great day, you're still going to be there for me. So we're going to put those people in the opposing team stance. And I use this because if you ever scrimmaged somebody, like another team, you don't hate those people, but you know they are on the opposing team. So you focus your energy on making them sit down and shut up. I'm sorry, I shouldn't be so negative, but I'm negative, so deal with it. So as people say those negative things and you're pursuing your goal, you don't ignore them. You put them in the stands. They're on the opposing team. That's cool. Let them hang out there. That's fine. And then as people support you and as you know that you have these people that are on your side and on your team and they're ready to cheer you on, you put them on the home team and you get them up in the stands in your little brain and you've got it there. So now when you are ready to go, you've got your goal in mind. Let's tear into this. You're going to get going. You got steam. You got energy. You got motivation because this is your goal. You are heading towards it. And the first problem comes and you're like, I got this. This is for me. And you keep pushing yourself and you're on this roll. But the day will come. If you pick a goal that's hard enough, that's out there enough, the day's going to come and you're going to question yourself. And you're going to go, maybe this isn't worth it. Maybe this isn't for me. Maybe I should have just stuck with what was normal. Maybe this is a bad idea. Maybe. And then what I want you to do is I want you to get your inner machismo on. You guys know what that is? Machismo, like your inner like tough person. I want you to get your pride really high. People think these are bad feelings, like pride is bad and machismo is bad. No, you use them appropriately. So when you're starting to feel down, I want you to get that kind of like use that emotion and get your machismo, your pride, get that gut feeling that's just like I'm tough and I don't want somebody to tear me down. And then I want you to look at the visitor stand. I want you to go back to those people that said all those negative things. And I want you to think, if you give up now, you are proving those people right. Those people that are in the stands that are like, oh, I just don't think you can do it. They're on their feet. They're like, yeah, it's okay. You can give up. You just go sit down. You go back to where you are. Yeah. And you just say, shut the bleep up. And you keep right on going. Because if you ever watched those games, you know those games where like the one team is doing really good and their fans are all on their feet and then the other team like slam dunks and it just shuts the whole crowd up and they sit down and they're like, oh. That's what you want to do to the opposing team. So when you are working on your goal and you're ready to give up, I want you to get your machismo, your anger, your pride all together. Look at the visiting team and give them the bird. Just flip them off and be like, forget you. I'm going to keep going. I've got it. This is me. And it's going to keep you fired up for a while. And that's wonderful. I don't suggest thriving on negative energy for a long period of time, but sometimes you get to that point where it's in your gut and you need something. You've got anger. You need to direct it somewhere because it's just hard. Pursuing goals that are hard. It's going to keep getting harder and harder and harder and harder. Yay! So now it's going to get really tough. And here's where you turn to the home team. This is when you turn to the people who have been on your side. Think about those people who've had your back. And it might be, you might have a big home team and you might have a couple people that you didn't even, they're just like, I don't have a lot of people supporting me, but my grandma, she's got my back. Or my librarian in middle school, like she's the one that told me I could make it through college when nobody else did. Or my high school football coach, I remember him sitting down and telling me I could get through this, or whoever it is. But you need to know who has your back. Because when you want to give up and you feel like you're not good enough, you need to think about those people and realize they believed in you and you don't want them to be wrong. They put what they had into you and you're not going to let them down. Like that is everything. So when you don't feel like you've got it, it's not worth it for you. I want you to think about that person who sat down with you and looked you in the eye and said, you know what? I want you to know you got this. You totally have this. I'll share a couple stories with you. I have one. Hopefully my sister doesn't mind me sharing this story, but my sister is a counselor at a high school, and she actually won like a high school counselor of the year award. She's freaking amazing. She's my big sister. I look up to her. I think she's just phenomenal. Like she went so far as she started a food bank in her own high school. So students who don't have food can come to this like almost secret room, and they have backpacks. So the kids aren't like taking out grocery bags. It just looks very normal, and the kids can come get food. She's just amazing. But here's what kills me. In high school, her high school counselor sat down with her and said, you know, you're not very intelligent, and I'm not sure that college will be right for you. You know, I think it would be good for you to find a good husband and, you know, marry and learn to do good home ec things and, you know, be a good wife. I mean, this really wasn't that long ago. It was like 20 years ago, but really, you tell a high school student that college isn't right for her and she needs to marry up. And it's funny because it's like, it was such a rude thing to say, but my sister figured it out. She's like, you're on the opposing team and you're going to need to sit down because now I do your job. And I convince people to go to college that would have never, ever considered it. And so that is using that negative energy for the right thing. My other story I'm going to share is my high heel half marathon story because is very emotional to me. Most of you know this in November I did a half marathon in high heels, and I got a lot of different feedback of like, that's not a good idea. You're not going to really, it's a no, nobody can do that, blah, 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 blah. I mean, nobody was directly like, you're stupid, but there was a lot of that kind of thought process. And then there's those people in my life who they've learned that, as my husband puts it, I get this look in my eye and he realizes he can't argue because I'm not going to listen. I love my husband, but there's just those moments. So I set out, it was November, it was Iowa, it was pretty chilly, and here's my mom. My mom came to town. She spent hours on the road. My sister was up at the crack of dawn. My husband was there videotaping, flying his drone. And it was cold and it hurt to get started. I mean, it was kind of yucky, but this was me. This is like, I'm on my side. I'm going to do this. This is awesome. I've got this. And then like 3 miles in, I'm like, this is cold. This sucks. My feet hurt, but I'm going to do this. I'm going to do this. And then, I don't know, probably like, fifth mile, my ankle starts wobbling. You know, like when people first start wearing heels and their ankles just kind of wobble, my ankles would do that. And I was like, uh-oh, this is bad. I mean, I'm on like mile 5. I'm not even halfway there. And I kept going. Then mile like, I don't know, 6 or 7, when my one ankle would twist, it would rub up against the other one. And then my sister so lovingly pointed out to me that I had blood going down my feet. The back of my heels were bloody. And then every time I would like scrape up against the other one, the blood would start pouring. And this is where I kind of got to the like, I want to quit, but I'm going to prove those other people right. Those people who told me I can't do a half marathon, I'm not going to let them be right. But when I got to this point where I was like, this sucks. My feet are bleeding. I feel like my ankles are going to give out at any moment, but I'm not going to let those people be right. I'm not going to. So we got to mile, like, I think it was 7 or 8, and my friend Derek showed up. Derek lives 2 hours away. Derek was one of my students a few years ago, and he showed up and he's like, I'm walking with you. You're not walking by yourself. And it just kind of crossed the line from like, from the fact that it's no longer about me, it's about these people who had come to support me. I mean, here's my mom, my sister, my daughter. There's this guy that, I mean, literally a student of mine would spend 4 hours on the road just so he could walk next to me. And it got to the point where my foot started swelling, like kind of thing. And I mean, I knew realistically I probably should have stopped, but I couldn't. Like at that point, it was, I have so many people that have believed in me that wanted, that were there for me to succeed. And I couldn't let them down. I was like, I want to prove you right. You're here loving me and supporting me. I want you to be right. I want this to be about us. It's not just like me. Why it's like us. the lead singer of the band, like one of my favorite bands, Remedy Drive, literally the lead singer had called me the night before and had posted about my walk on his Facebook page. I'm not going to make him look like a fool. Like, no. And the other cool thing that happened along the route, you guys, is that my home team stands started filling up. Because as I walked, more people were like, you can do this. This is awesome. This is great. Complete strangers, you know? And as you pursue your goal, it's amazing because your stands do start to fill up. Like the positive people, they start seeing what you're doing and they're like, hey, I want to jump on board with that. That's awesome. That person is succeeding. They're a winner. I'm going to hop on their team. So then as the hater stands kind of go away, your home team fills up and you keep focusing on that and you go, hey, I don't feel like enough, but my home team, those stands, they're cheering me on. They are my people. I'm going to prove them right.